What's going on, Browns fans? Welcome back to the Cleveland Pulse YouTube channel. I'm your host, Justin Harold, and with me, as always, my co-host, Jeff Santa. Today, we're bringing you what will probably be one of the more exciting versions of the Pulse, but really quickly want to reach out and just, put our prayers out there for Nick Chubb. Thank you for everything that you've done, brother. Honestly, it's crazy, how things happen, but everything you've done for this team and for this franchise is never going to be underappreciated. So I just want to get that out there before we get into what will probably be a more, not upbeat kind of
mess,
thing.
total mess,
a mess.
episode.
It's not going to be a train wreck, but you know what it's going to be. You ever hear of the Orient Express? We're going to be looking for the killers here because this is what this is. We had someone kill us last night. We were killed. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. But I don't know. Is it Stefanski? Is it Deshaun? Is it Njoku who's making a bunch of money to be the top 10 tight end? That's not to be. Our wide receivers can't make toe taps. The great chemistry that they had all offseason. What am I missing? What am I missing?
So here's the thing. This is going to be an interesting episode. I'm starting with a hot take, and you're over exaggerating. I don't think I am. We seen it. We went through 1-31, 0-16, 1-15. We've seen it. Maybe because I was there at the game. I don't know. I've never felt like when expectations are set, expectations are expectations. So when you expect this to be bad, when you expect the team to not have any success, it's like, oh, are you really disappointed? Sure, it sucks. Sure, you don't want to lose every week. Sure, you don't want to be non-competitive. This is maybe the lowest I've ever felt in Browns fandom. Not because we lost, and sure, because we lost, but Chubb, how it happened, who it happened to, of course, okay. You lose on the road in Pittsburgh. Okay.
It's to be expected.
How you do it. And Justin, I think we should just think of statements from last night's game. And I just think, let's see if we're on the same page.
Would you like me to pull up all the tweets I saved?
No, I need unique statements from you. I need a unique statement. Just say something and I'll say agree. And then, because I want to talk turnovers. I want to talk Watson not playing very well either, but I'm going to have one silver lining, 1.5 silver linings that I'm not sure that you're going to come with. And that's fine.
Absolutely. It's so tough to look at these games and really pick out the good in it. Obviously, you could pick out good things, but I told Jeff, I said, it's awful to say this, but just like the Browns have the Bengals number since they drafted Joe Burrow, the Steelers have always had our number. We have never, ever, no matter how good we've thought we've been, we've always said that with a quarterback, we can beat them. With this, we can beat them. With that, it's just never going to happen.
Not in Pittsburgh.
I'm never going to predict the Browns to beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh ever again. It's just something that I have to accept. Now, that being said, you go into the fourth quarter with the lead. You have the run game is working for you. It's not Nick Chubb. I understand it's not Nick Chubb, and yeah, it's getting mishmash. But some of these mistakes that are happening are not making things easier for us to defend. Listen, I love the fact that Deshaun can run the ball, that he can get out of the pocket, move, and get pick up the yards, pick them up. But blatant face mask. And then my biggest issue with
why though? That he's not blatant face mask. I get that. Are you criticizing the refs? Are you criticizing him?
I'm criticizing him because that first
one. No,
who
cares about that play?
Let me I do, because Jeff,
out of all the plays,
people are talking.
All the plays, though,
he threw Quan Alexander into the benches and then shoved the ref. He's not making it easy for anyone to defend him. He's throwing balls 50 yards into the fans, and he's not getting anything to help us. He's fumbling the football. He's not doing anything positive. Last week, what did I say? You can scratch it all off because what? We won the football game.
Winning heals everything. But here's the thing.
That game.
Here's the thing. Okay, let's just go on the list of absolute bullshit. The first play of the game.
Yes.
Let's just answer yes or no.
Scripted to the third.
Is it a good? Okay, why are we an empty? First of all, what the hell? Second of all, we're an empty. The first play of the game, road divisional game, Pittsburgh. Why? Okay, Stefanski, stupid shit off. That's fine. That's fine. Was it a great throw? Yes or no? No, it was not a good. It was, but here's the thing. Was it a catchable ball?
Yes, it hit him in the hands.
Okay, out of 10 other times, is that ball intercepted? How many times out of 10 other times?
No, it happened. It happened later in the night. It absolutely happened later in the night.
So, but here's the thing, though. So, okay, all things considered, was it really Deshaun's fault that they started off 7-0 on the first play? Was it?
No.
Was it? What? Okay.
No.
Okay. Same thing with the. Okay, here we go. The fumble, the scoop and score. Their other 7 points, because that, and I want to put this out here. Comment down below I hope Steelers fans pull up on this video. I really, really do, because I hope the logical ones understand that illogical ones, they'll be annoying. Team's not very good. I'm going to be honest with you.
Neither of those teams were good. Yeah,
your offense sucks, and I agree with that. Neither of those teams were good. Your offense isn't very good. Steel curtain, whatever. Like, of course, you need Chubb to get hurt. You need 14 points on defense to win, to beat us by 4, and we missed the field goal. Congratulations.
The defense has allowed 15 points in 2 games, and the offense has allowed 14.
And then the fumble. Okay. Sure, we'll blame. I'll blame him. I blame Watson 25% on the pick 6, and I'll blame him 25% again on the fumble, because sure, ball security is part of your job as a quarterback. But Jed Wills is standing there. I mean, he's been sacked 9 times in 2 games. He's been sacked more than once a quarter, and I'm not going to bat for the guy. $230 million. You're supposed to play like an elite quarterback if you make elite money. Same way with people in the past. If you're the first overall draft pick, you have higher standards. If you make the money, you have higher standards. The offensive line looks terrible. But it's like, okay, it's not like everyone's balling out. This is my point before I let you go. It's not like everyone's balling out offensively, and he just sucks. The wide receivers aren't very good. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Elijah Moore,
connection isn't there.
I can't see the separation here. Elijah Moore is going to be a all-pro wide receiver. Never a couple plays, 1 or 2 plays.
Poor Jeff drafted him in fantasy.
I mean, Jesus, he's
expecting. I was expecting him to ball too.
This line is the line is bad. Like, I get you have a rookie, I get you have Jed Wills, but like Teller can't pass block. Batonio's the only person who cares. Poach looks totally different than I've ever seen him before. It looks actually terrible. Like, they didn't even have Cam Hayward. Now we're getting destroyed up the middle. So
Jeff, let me ask you.
Joku's non-existent. Go ahead.
You're making great points about the offensive line. Jed Wills. We've been talking about this guy since we drafted him, though, Jeff. Who is it on? For accountability's sake,
Stefanski.
For him.
Stefanski.
Okay. And while we're talking about Stefanski and the offensive line play, let me ask you, Jeff, did you love the RPOs? Because I didn't. Because I don't like RPO. I don't think it works.
I don't like the RPO because of so here's the thing. If he has a mental block and he doesn't want to do I don't like the RPOs, because why aren't we quarterback sneaking? Does he come to Stefanski and say, we're not going to quarterback sneak? I don't want to do it. You did it all last year. I get you had Brissett. Deshaun Watson's not a small dude.
Exactly.
He's an athletic dude.
It's also not it's less protective to roll him out than to sneak him down.
And then he's doing this. Like, sure, I think we had good looks. I think we had one good look off of RPO where the bubble screen was open and he ended up doing some bullshit out of the pocket. It's like all game last night, he never knew. It's just the essence of him never having time. And a lot of these clips that we shared today, he never knows when he's going to have a good pocket. So he's running on plays where he should let the wide receivers, the routes develop. And everything else, sometimes he's standing back there and you're like, what the hell? Why isn't he running? His reads are still very average.
I think that I don't want to give up on Watson because we gave up so much.
We can't. I love the people who are like, oh, okay, he's playing every week. Sorry. If he's healthy, he's playing every week. They're not going to put in Dorian Thompson-Robinson. No. I think he played great. I think he's fine. I think he could actually win football games in the National Football League. Sorry. It's like, you're stuck with him. You better hope he gets better, and we better hope he gets better, or we are screwed.
Jeff, I don't think it's him. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm on the Stefanski train.
Okay.
Let me tell you, last year, he played 6 games. In those 6 games that he was rusty, coming off of no practice, coming off of no reps with the team, he looked better in those 6 games than he has in these first 2 games. The offense has changed. The offense has changed. There are
if the offense was the same,
Elijah Mitchell is running in the backfield. these are things that are not normal, that we have not done in the 4 years that Stefanski has been here. These are not things that we did. The first 2 years, we had fullbacks, tight end sets, everything. Then the third year, I think that was probably the most perfect offense. And he had Jacoby Brissett.
But we agreed we wanted the training wheels off.
Yes.
So if we want the training wheels off and it stinks, then it's a Watson problem.
So no, Jeff, if we can't establish confidence in this guy in any aspect of his game, his passing game, there's no confidence. His running game, there is no confidence. We can't get him to do any good. Why are we overcomplicating things so early on in the season? Why? And I understand we did ask for the training wheels off, Jeff. I understand. But when you have guys like Nick Chubb, and obviously now we're gone, the thing that we have always been predicated, and I have these tweets pulled up, part of the reason that the offense has always worked, big part of the formula for the best Browns roster ever was Chubb, top 3 offensive line, and elite quarterback. 6 quarters into the season, and we're all in serious doubt of that. So that was in the middle of the game last night. And guess what? 8 quarters in, I'm in serious doubt of all of it. And now you don't have Nick Chubb.
It's just, well, oh yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, the pessimist in me really wants to be like, the season is pretty much over because Nick Chubb just does too much for us. And sure, yes, your point is valid.
Breaker.
Your point, if you say, oh, Deshaun Watson should be able to make up for Nick Chubb and more, that's valid. He's making the money to do so. You know what? Go ahead and knock yourself out of the ballpark with that take, because you're not wrong. You're actually objectively not incorrect.
Right.
But we're back. I don't know how these Stefanski offenses get trapped in this box where it's like, okay, we're just going to make sure that we stop the run, and we're going to have man, and we're just going to be like, all right, if Watson, and honestly, I think maybe we're 3 or 4 plays. Obviously, every game's gonna be like this, but we're 2 or 3 feet, out of bounds, inbounds last night from, the offense actually being a viable threat. We have no downfield presence. We never had. Amari Cooper is a short to mid, 15 yards. He's going to be open 15, 20 yards. He's not a long ball guy. Goodwin, where is he? I don't know.
What happened on that ball? What happened on that long ball to Goodwin? Did he just turn and not know where the ball was going, or
didn't it go out of bounds?
Maybe it did. I thought it was. No, because the safety literally dropped it. It was an easy pick.
That ball was terrible. Okay. So here's the thing. Another thing, even being there, either that ball was terrible or they didn't know what was going on. Goodwin thought the route was the other way. I don't know. I think the ball.
Right.
I don't know. I think the ball was.
But these are mistakes that just shouldn't be happening. If that's
they shouldn't be happening. But it's like, and another thing, I agree with you. Why is it so convoluted where everything over the middle of the field looked good last night?
Open.
And I know that we've struggled that in the past, especially with the Steelers, that they've played us in the middle of the field, our wide receivers, very well. And then I see these plays open in the middle of the field, and then it's all these back shoulder, over the top balls where we have to,
it's 50-50 balls.
Toe tap on the sidelines. And it's Elijah Moore, it's not like you got a 6'6" guy. He doesn't have a DeAndre Hopkins. Where is the Houston Texans?
We don't have a 6'6" guy? Wait, you're telling me we're not paying David Njoku to be on this roster anymore?
He's gone? He's not making these plays. These routes that these wide receivers are running, it's like,
what are we paying him for then?
I think we have an elite wide receiver.
Block!
Oh, he stinks.
The block.
Dude.
He's a great blocker.
He fumbled the ball. Dude, that was honestly the most infuriating play of the whole night. He didn't even care to finish that play. That was the laziest, most selfless football play I've seen in a long ass time, because he was going down, couldn't get the first down. He just let go of the ball.
It's ludicrous at this point with to not want to call people out for the money that they are making, for the output that they are giving. Guys like DPJ, he might be gone next year because I watched him run a route half-assed and Deshaun's yelling at him. Well, that's great. Now I don't know if DPJ is ever going to get another look. But hey, a kid from Purdue, I'm missing his name now.
David Bell. He looked okay.
David Bell.
He looked okay.
Good. Guess what?
Good.
Yeah, he could be sliding in, but it's just so baffling that this offense never. And Amari Cooper is is slowly becoming the Nick Chubb of the wide receiving group, where he just
for sure.
the dude was in doubt for was out. He was out for the game, and then comes in and is all of a sudden going to play and is the best person on the field. And it's just ludicrous. It's crazy that we have all these other guys that we've put so much into them, and it's then like the guy you traded a 6th round pick for is your best player. And hey, he's always been great, but again, expectations, money, all that stuff comes into play. And I cannot take guys on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, saying, let's not start this. It's only 2 games.
It's not like
I don't care. I don't care. He's getting paid top 10 quarterback money. Kevin Stefanski is in his 4th year. What are we talking about with this offense? Guess what? Jim Schwartz comes in 2 games. He's got the defense looking like the top 5 defense, a better version than whatever
these are the best.
These are the
best 2 defensive performances that we've seen as Browns fans since the Stefanski era. There's literally no doubt about it. Stats, advanced stats and everything. I mean, week 1 was the best, probably the best single game performance Browns defense since they came back. 99 since 99.
Since the end of last season, all we talked about was if we can get someone at the defensive coordinator spot to coach these guys up, there's talent. Guess what? Grant Delpit, that's the kind of work I'm trying to see from Kevin Stefanski.
JOK looks revitalized. Taki looks good. Anthony Walker's playing. I mean, we know the defense is legit.
Denzel Ward looked great for the 2 games that he played.
They're all hurt now. They're all hurt.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, I mean, I don't know how many times the different, we double team more in this. But I mean, when is Myles Myles Garrett? You can't really hate on him because he is that good. But it's like, are you ever going to play better than TJ Watt? Are you ever going to do it?
Where's the defensive player of the year stuff? It's not like Aaron Donald's not getting double team, triple team. TJ Watt's not getting chipped by David Njoku, who can't, catch for his life.
He's never coming. He's not winning defensive player of the year. I mean, he's a long shot. But here's my thing, and I think that this might be one of the more disgusting things I think I'm going to say, because I think Stefanski. So let's go back in time. Remember the wheel of I can't believe I'm saying this. The wheel of Baker.
Okay.
Play bad, say he has a chip on his shoulder, win a game, repeat.
Yeah.
I think it's Stefanski. I don't think it's Baker, because let's play the guessing game. We're at home against Tennessee. Should we like definitely win this game?
Yes.
100%. No Nick Chubb or anything. You're going to sign a running back this week. It's almost a personalized guarantee that you get Kareem Hunt to at least the bye week, or they move for Cam Akers. Maybe he's not ready this week, but he's definitely ready next week. Leonard Fournette, a couple other names out there. We're going to beat Tennessee. And, Watson, the only way that I am going to say that we are back is if Watson 300 yards, 3 touchdowns rushed. I don't
care.
I need a home run dunk
Tennessee. I need it against Baltimore. Against Baltimore.
Okay. But if it's an AFC win, I'm gonna be like, okay. My thing is, and it's like a basketball thing. Like Watson is like, he seems like a basketball player to me. Like as soon as a shooter sees it goes through the hoop, he hasn't seen it in 3 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen the 75-yard bomb. He hasn't seen even a 60-yard where he takes off for 40, 50, 60 yards. You could tell when he kind of gets some aura going, he plays a little bit better. He improves marginally, but it's like
you saw the swagger last week with what he barely did, as opposed to this week where he throws the interception and immediately it's doom and gloom, and that's kind of just like you said with Baker. And Jeff, I'm going to let you continue because I had stats pulled up before you made that comment, and I was just going to talk about not only the quarterback position, but offensive players do not, and we knew this when he came. Offensive players do not thrive in Kevin Stefanski's systems. Nick Chubb should be a 2,000, and this is me over-exaggerating, but Nick Chubb should have multiple seasons with 1,600 plus yards rushing. I don't think he's got that with Stefanski. I don't think he's gotten that once. And what is the reason? Because he's never run the ball. He doesn't run the ball on average more than 20 times. But guess what? He has an average of 5.6. So why aren't we running him more? It's just some of these things don't add up. Like you're saying, Jeff, maybe you're right. And listen, I'm in a text message with my dad, my uncle, and my brother, and I'm getting reamed by my brother being called a Baker bro. And yeah, I understand it. I
Well,
like the guy, and it's fine. I literally said nothing about Baker being better or worse or whatever. I'm just acknowledging the fact that things do not add up with Stefanski. Our wide receivers, outside of Amari just, being fantastic, doesn't look good. Our running game doesn't excel. It does its job, and that's good. But now the quarterback, we've had four of his different quarterbacks. We had Baker, we had Keenum, we had Brissett. Now we have Watson, and Brissett's the only one who has made Kevin look good, right? Right?
I mean, kind of on a consistent basis. I mean, it's just Stefanski is just you're based off the franchise. So Chubb is a generational player, but okay, Stefanski, it's not like some say he's handicapping him, but I don't think so. I think that you've got a good amount of Chubb over the last 4 years. And then Amari Cooper has 1,000-yard season last year. It's like, okay, he has a chance to go 1,000 yards back to back. First player in Browns history since when? Like, that's not something to gloss over offensively. Sure, other teams, have good wide receivers and do that all the time. But it's like, and here's my thing. Here's my silver lining. And I know this is not really relevant, but if I could take one thing away from this game that's a positive, because the special teams sucked. If the special teams is average, here's the craziness. If the special teams is average, we win. They sucked. Yeah. If the offense is average, we win. They sucked. That's pretty much the reality of the story. The defense was obviously played good enough to win. The first play, pick six, with previous rosters, I think we get blown out. I think we get blown out.
Patrioted.
It's like 38-7. It's like 30-3. It's like 30-10. That's the silver lining, as I thought that I think momentarily, especially the drive after, because we kicked a field goal, the drive after, we showed a little bit of poise, but then at other points of the game we look rattled. So it's like, it's kind of a give and take, but I think with other people, with other quarterbacks, that game gets out of hand. And I never really felt like there was doubt or there was negative body language, even with the Chubb injury or anything all last night. Those are little things, these are intangibles, whatever, but just from my perspective.
Jeff, I wanted to apologize. We're so riled up. I was cutting you off all the time.
No, we're good. We're good.
It just surprises me to hear you say that about Stefanski and everything, but I think the guy is very intelligent. I think the guy is very smart. I think he can design offensive plays like no other.
Is he too smart though?
I think he's too smart to be a head coach and not enough like football savvy to be there. I just don't know. You watch guys like Nathaniel Hackett go from being a offense coordinator, head coach, back to offensive coordinator. Those things happen. It does. And to be fair, what's he got to hang his cap on right now? That he, in COVID year, went to the playoffs, won a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Coach of the year
in the COVID year. What do we say about bubble, Jeff? Me and you. I mean, that's just our opinions. Everyone has their opinions on that kind of stuff. But that's his first season. Everything's been downhill since. What are we talking about?
It's tough to replicate.
And we all know, and everyone on Twitter knows, it's not going to be Watson who goes. If things go wrong for the rest of the season, which we're not saying it is, it's 2 games. We're 1-1. We could be 0-2. We could be 0-2 in the division. We're 1-1 in the division.
You're 1-1, and you actually had a drive to win the game yesterday. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, and
it's the Steelers. I really don't want to just be like, this is I don't want to be total doom and gloom, but we cannot not hold guys accountable. We cannot.
But again, it's only us the way we lose. It's really only us. Like I said, if they come out, their offense looks crisp. But no, I mean, it's like whoever won that game last night, I would tell you that that they didn't win it. The other team lost it. Even if the Browns would have pulled it off, I would have said, yes, the Steelers probably threw that game away somewhere along the lines. I mean, clearly, obviously, terrible football. It was terrible football for 4 quarters. It was not even this and that. And we're doing replays. I can't hear the ref. It was a shit show.
And, it's pathetic to, see the comments afterwards and, from coaches, I saw what Tomlin said about his fans and stuff. And, he's a very intelligent man. He's a great head coach.
He knows what he's doing.
I want to ask you something, Jeff, in terms of head coaching. Kevin Stefanski, does he have a signature game? Does he outcoach better coaches than him?
No.
That's my question. if he cannot outcoach coaches that are in his own division on a regular basis, guess what? Zach Taylor is not anything special. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't hold him accountable for how the Bengals play against us. But when you talk about Jim Harbaugh and you talk about Mike Tomlin, every time we get in the matchup with those guys, outcoached.
Yep.
Every time. When we go up against the Patriots with Mac Jones in his rookie year, outcoached. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's tough to sit here, and I'm not about firing people and just getting on to the next thing. I hate it. It's the worst. But we have this season. I'm giving everyone to the end of the season.
Well, that's why they brought in Schwartz, though. I mean, you've agreed on this because,
yes.
and he's probably fine because, like I said, I mean, now nothing's guaranteed. Obviously, National Football League, but it's like you win this week, you're 2-1. It's just like, if we're 0-2, the calls are being made already. The calls are being, okay, when's Schwartz coming up? But it's like, and I just don't get the whole, like, people just say stuff to say stuff, like, what? And I could be wrong, but like Van Pelt, well, like, what do we really think is going to change if Stefanski's like, oh, Alex, just, you call the plays? Like, it's going to look the same. But that's, as far as signature, this franchise has never been able to get on the same page. No. The defense plays elite, the offense stinks, vice versa. Stefanski's the same way. Stefanski calls a great game. Oh, insert quarterback's name, missed all these throws. People were open, schemed open. There's open field, grass everywhere. See it for days. This should have been a touchdown. It should have been a touchdown. Or he schemes crap. And you're like, well, he just hung our whole offense out to dry. We're doing stupid crap. We're an empty. The first play of the game, you're an empty on the road. Why are you? That's the most mind-boggling thing of the whole night, is that you come out and empty. You run a 3-yard out to one of the most unathletic loafs on the team. I don't care if he's 6'6". He's our third tight end on the depth chart. And it goes up in the air, hits one of their guys in the head. Like I said, never, run that play 10 more times. It probably hits the ground, 9 out of the other 10 times, it's incomplete. It's second and no, it's fine.
And I just hate that this, and that's the other point about, why I have to take so much issue with the Steelers, is because there is so much invested in them. And I feel like we're a joke when the players come out afterwards and they're talking about, we knew the play call. That's like, are we just stupid? Are we telegraphing? Are we just showing?
Jed Wills is telegraphing.
Jed Wills. Why is he still here? Guess what? Conklin. People want to say, "Oh, the Conklin injury is, affecting." Devontae's played great. What are we talking about?
He played good for a rookie last night. I mean, he wasn't the issue.
Yeah, and guess what? Wills, hold him accountable. Put Hudson over there. I'll slam the desk right now. Hudson, start him. I don't care. Come out of the bye week. If we're 2-2 in the bye week and we're 1-2 in the division, start Hudson. Hold people
just
accountable.
Pull him. No, start Wills and just pull him. If I see BS, first drive where he can't do anything, and I don't know what it is like, and I'd have to go back to previous week ones because I know we won week 1 last year, but it's like. Right. Why are we so sloppy though the second week? Like, how many penalties did we have week 1? Yesterday, it's like, oh, like you said, it's like, the personal fouls, can't, emotions, getting rattled because, you never played in the AFC North rivalry. You're stuck in Houston your whole life, and that division's stupid and sucks, and you've never been in hostile territory like that. Sorry, Deshaun. Maybe, we'll see you again. We'll see him again. But it's like,
a hell of a season.
It's like you got holdings, you got this. Donovan Peoples-Jones, if Donovan Peoples-Jones calls for a fair catch and catches the ball, we might win the game. And here's the most ludicrous thing, maybe my last point. I've never actually thought like this, but before the scoop and score fumble, and a couple other times we were in our end zone, but especially on the scoop and score, I was thinking. We ran a play and it was second down. It was a run play on first down, second down. I said, I think if we would punt right here, I think we would win the game. I think we'd have a better chance of winning the game. On second down, that's how lackluster the offense was. And then, of course, whatever play that was, third down, comes around the edge and they score a touchdown. Their offense was not scoring. Kenny Pickett, I'm sorry. Okay, one pass to George Pickens on broken coverage, which, whatever, that's fine. I don't really care about they were not marching down the field.
Why was he like side shuffling?
That was bad. He should have made a tackle.
The only time
that wasn't a Schwartz thing though. It's not like it was busted. It would have been. It should have been a 40-50 yard gain. It was a big play. Big plays happen in the NFL. But yeah, he looked like he was running away from the receiver. I don't know what.
I think he thought doing. I think he thought the wide receiver that like he was covering was going to come and like get him, but he went and blocked the corner. I think it was Ward probably. And then Pickens just like shot straight through, and the guy like never realized. So.
But everybody knew in the stadium when it was 22-19, everybody who had brain cells knew that their offense was not going to march down the field and score a touchdown. Maybe they would have gotten field goal range to tie it up. Boswell kick a field goal 22-22. There was no confidence in their offense. Their fans are screaming, cheering to fire the offensive coordinator mid-game.
Yeah.
They all knew that they sucked. I mean, Najee Harris, average. Pickett looks rattled. Their offensive line, bunch of randoms. I mean, Freiermuth, a couple of plays. George Pickens, he's the only one who really mattered. So at the end of the day, holy shit. But we move on. We move forward. I'll definitely be watching Sunday. I don't know about you, obviously.
Is that home? I think I'll be there if it's at home.
Oh, you will.
Like,
you will. I'll definitely be ready. Buff, chick dip, pizzas, everything.
Yeah, we're still going to be here. We're always going to be here. And that's how it's always going to stay.
I'm sad, though. I'm definitely depressed.
I'm sad just because of Nick. I don't even care about the game
sad.
anymore. I couldn't have happened to a better
and how it happened. Like,
yeah.
even, and I you can't even say it like this, but even if it was like non-contact and he just like it would have been nothing would have been worse than that, unless he was literally on the ground, paralyzed. That was the only thing I could think of, and good thing he wasn't.
Dude, what a man. I mean, like, that guy, when they showed, listen, Jeff, they didn't show the replay. All I saw was the dude flip over. The next thing I know, he's sitting there holding his shin. You don't see anything wrong. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, he's just like,
So I didn't have the greatest view of it, but my stomach's really sank when he instantly took his helmet off. I knew something was wrong. And because this was before the replay, because he was on the ground and his helmet came off, and I was like, oh yeah, something definitely bad just happened.
Yeah. And then it was so audible, the gas that you guys did. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to show the replay. And I just like that's just like, and emotionally, it's like, man, you just feel for that guy. But he was a trooper. He just sat there and he made me think, man, that dude just took like a helmet to the shin and that's it. This dude, someone sent me the replay. Nick Chubb, you're one hell of a dude, man. You're one hell of a dude. So,
Facts.
Jeff, I'm ready to call it there. I mean, I think we covered as much as,
my blood pressure's ready to call it.
I mean, we're both running the face. I mean, it's it is what it is. And it's going to be one of the most memorable games to have talked about, but 0-1 I'm sorry, 0-0, you have to have that mentality. And
got another game. People got to step up. Opportunity to step up.
Absolutely. Opportunity to step up. And the only thing I will say to Kevin and to Deshaun is just now with Nick Chubb out, the microscope is even tighter. It's even more zoomed in, and you're going to have to give us some answers. That's all I'm saying. So if you guys made it all the way to the end with this one, we super appreciate it. We know that we got riled up. Want to hear what you guys thought. Were we over-exaggerated? I don't think so. I think we might have raised our voices and everything, but I still think we absolutely continue to make valid points and keep people accountable. That's our biggest thing here. We keep people accountable. We're never going to stop doing that. And we want to hear from you guys. Are we doing the right thing, holding them accountable? Should we give them a little bit more leeway? I don't think so, but I want to hear from you guys. So let us hear it in the comments. Give us some likes. Make sure you're subscribing because we're going to be here for the rest of the season. We got cast stuff coming in. Make sure you hit that bell notification. And with that all being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.